Welcome to Adilas. This is a tutorial on the PO homepage. And PO, which if you go under the quick search here, is right here. You could type in home to get to that page. Or you could come under system liabilities and go to the PO homepage. And one thing I want to mention about PO is it stands for purchase order and also for production order. So POs are used in accounting to track anything that has been purchased that you want to have show up in inventory, or anything that you have that you want to do like light manufacturing. We use a production order for that. And if we go to the PO homepage, on the homepage, what you're going to see is you're going to see 30 days worth of prior activity. So we have one PO on here from the date it was created was on 5/10, and this PO, if you wanted to look, you have links over here on this side for edit, a printable, or history. So if I say click on the printable, I can look at this PO, and at the top of this PO, just to show you, is you can also save it as a PDF document so that you could email it to a client, or we actually have a new feature here now where you can actually duplicate this PO. And if I go back again to the PO homepage, you'll see that we also have the invoice number displaying on here, and that's the invoice number from the company. So this Western Petroleum, this was their invoice number, and then when we brought this into inventory, we brought in, looks like 522 gallons, because here's the unit of measurement here, and a part number and cost and so on the PO. If I go back to the PO homepage again, we have a link next to this show hide, which is create a new purchase order. So you can create one starting there. Usually what I do to create a new purchase order is I usually come up here and start with a vendor, and then I type in a little bit of the vendor name, because if you click on create new, it takes you to the same thing. It's asking for the vendor. You also have, next to create new purchase order, you have our show hide criteria, and this is where you can default to a vendor if you want just the vendor information. You can also go to a paid status, or you can get a PO type. There's different types of POs. There's about 5 or 6 different types. So you can select one of the types if you want to just pull those types. You can also select the dates down here that you want as a date range. Additionally, there's another link that's called Show All POs. So if I click on that, I can see that I have 52,000 and change in verified POs, and I have some that are pending for a total, and the total PO is, there's 30 total POs, and they'll show up in descending order. And then of course you have over on the left hand side, you have your photo gallery. So if you wanted to look at the photo gallery for any of the POs, that's where you can scan in the invoices up to you can scan in up to 100 documents into this field. You'll also see that we have aging on the POs over here, so it shows how old that PO is, which helps with some of the light manufacturing, and also just so that you're able to know when you might have purchased from that vendor last. And if you go back to the PO homepage again, you'll see that we also have an advanced PO search up here at the top. So if we click on the advanced PO search, the first part of the advanced search searches the main details, and the second part of this searches the line item details. So you can get more specific and more information out of the advanced search. It's also searching every PO. You can limit it by right here by your PO numbers or your dates, or of course PO type, location, things like that. You can also, if you have the permission, you can also go to an Excel. You can export to an Excel file on your line items, or on your main details. You can bring all this out into Excel. The default, of course, is the web format. So if I were to say search down below here on the normal web format, you can see that it's just going to bring up all the line items of what I bought, and the PO numbers over here on the left side. And then of course we have edit, printable, and history. And history will tell who created the PO, and also if there was any updates or anything to that PO. So once again, this has been a tutorial about the PO homepage, and I got to that homepage from the main switchboard homepage. I could type in PO here, or actually type in home here and select PO, or I can go under System Liabilities and go to the PO homepage. It's one other kind of interesting thing is every time that you create a PO, this amount is going to show up in your payables, and there's a link here at the top for your payables homepage, as well as some other links that are up here that are useful as well too, your inventory homepage and your payables homepage. So once again, this was a tutorial on PO homepage, and thanks for choosing Adilas.